just got to do more, do as much as I can to, fill in the spot. But, Klay is very important to the team. He's part of this Golden State culture, so everybody has to collectively, fill in for him. It's going to be tough because no one can do what he do. You know what I mean? He's one of the best shooters of all time. The way he can, open the floor for everybody. But we're going to fill in the best we can.
Hey, Andrew, Kate Rooney from Cron 4 News. I kind of piggybacking off that response. How do you see your game kind of fitting in with Steph and Draymond, because you're going to get the opportunity to play with them a lot more this year than you did last year?
Yeah, they play fast. They play free, and you know, Steph is a player that causes a lot of attention. I played one game from last year, and just in that game, I could see the difference. Just the open space I had, because everyone was so, paying attention to him, and just how much he creates for, his teammates. So he just makes the game easier. And Draymond, a very smart player, gets the team going. I feel like they're gonna make it easier for the rest of the team.
Andrew, Connor Turner, San Francisco Chronicle. How have the past 8 months or so been for you? What have you been up to? Where you been? And how'd you use that time?
Uh, well, I've been in LA most of the time. Just working out. Training. Staying with my family, my daughter, having family time and training. That's all it was really. Not much to do.
What specifically were you working on when you were training?
Um, ball handling. Uh, a lot of shooting. A lot of shooting that kind of goes in with the offense we have here.
Do you have any goals, specific goals for numbers or production this season? Like, do you want to get the 3-point percentage to a certain point or anything like that?
Uh, yeah, I want to get my 3-point percentage up. Free throws. I want to really lock in defensively. Those are three main things to me.
Andrew, you went viral yesterday with your with a clip of you showing your guns. Did you put on weight? Did you focus on bulking up?
I put on a couple pounds of muscle. It's a couple pounds. But I
Is
definitely
that
feel
you
like,
being humble? Is
huh?
that you being humble? Just a couple pounds? Is
Just a
that right?
few, just a few. I definitely feel stronger. I feel fast, stronger. I feel good. So coming into the season, I feel the best I ever felt ever. So
Andrew, you said you worked on your defense over the summer. How can you do that? During this pandemic, what were some of the drills that you were doing?
the thing is just watching, a lot of film and playing a lot of one-on-one, two-on-two, and just really locking in defensively.
I mean, Andrew, you had 12 games with the Warriors last season before the season was cut short for COVID. How do you want to build on those 12 games, but also make use of like day one of training camp, having it all together with the team for that chemistry and cohesion?
Pardon me?
So last season you had 12 games, just 12 games with the Warriors to establish yourself. How are you feeling about having training camp all together, like getting a fresh start on day one with everybody to build that chemistry?
I feel good about it. Last year, when I came here, everything was new. From the plays to the players, coaches, everything was new. So I was trying to just fit in and learn everything. And now I've gotten a chance to play with a lot of guys and build up a little chemistry. Which will make the game easier because everyone's gonna know what we all like to do. And just spending more time with like Steph, Draymond, some of the leaders on the team. Just making us all better, making the chemistry better.
Hi, Andrew. It's Janie McCauley from AP. Thanks for taking a little time. Along those lines, Steph did talk specifically about chemistry yesterday, just because of the different challenges. You guys will be in small groups and, 2 or 3 guys. How are there other ways off the court that you establish that with when you have some young players coming in and some new faces? What are sort of the tricks to that when things are so different right now in terms of being on the court together?
Yeah, things are really different now. Right now we're doing things that aren't really normal. So right now it is kind of tough. Just because there's certain people allowed on the floor, certain people allowed to do this, certain people allowed to do that. So just staying in touch. Texting. When you see each other, just conversating. That goes a long way. But the main thing was the bubble we had, in late September. I feel like that was huge, just because we got a chance to, really bond together, on the floor, off the floor. We had like a little team room where, guys could play games and stuff like that. So,
Hello, Andrew.
how you doing?
You mentioned before Steph Curry and Draymond Green as leaders. Do you feel like you are one of the leaders of this group? And also, how better version is this season's Warriors than last season?
Uh, yeah, I feel like I'm, one of the leaders on the team too. I'm going to year 7. Um, and I feel like I can bring a lot to the table. So yeah, I definitely feel like I'm one of the leaders too. And I didn't hear your last question.
Yeah, the second question is how better is this season Warriors?
Oh, well, we got Steph. So that right there makes everything, a lot better, easier. You're talking about one of the greatest players of all time. So just with him on the floor, everything's gonna be, better for the team.
Hey, Andrew, I know obviously other than working on your game, during this 9-month break, what are some of the other things that you did to pass the time just, when you weren't practicing, when you weren't in the weight room?
Play video games, hang with my family. I got a 2-year-old daughter, so that takes up a lot of my time too. So just family time.
What specific video games are you playing with your teammates?
I play Call of Duty, but I play mostly with my friends back home in Canada that I don't really see too often.
And then how valuable was that time with your daughter? Obviously with everything going
Yeah.
on, I figure you try to find as many positives out of it as you can.
Yeah, for sure. Very valuable. Because during the season you're on the road a lot, so you miss your family. But getting that time to just see her every day, wake up to her every day, come back from training to her every day. It was great.
Do you expect to play some 4 this year, particularly in those small ball lineups that the Warriors have traditionally Draymond at the 5?
I'm with it. Like I'll play whatever Steve wants me to do. It don't really matter to me.
I mean, we talked a little bit earlier about you kind of bulking up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Was that at all in your thought process that you might need to play, upsize at times, guard some bigger players?
Yeah, just a little bit, but getting stronger was either way. That's what I wanted to do. But I feel like I've been pretty good, guarding, bigger players, in my career, and I don't see it as something that I can't do. I feel like I can do it.
Hey, Andrew, after Klay's injury, a lot of people are writing off the Warriors as a championship contender.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe people are forgetting that you're a number 1 pick. You averaged, 20 points for your career. At this point in your career, do you think you're a little bit underrated, and do you use that as motivation at all heading into the season?
Yeah, everyone has something to say, Everyone has something to say. Everyone has their own opinions and stuff. Well, you can only control what you do, and how you do things, and that's my thought process. I'm coming into the season just like I want to do what I have to do to help the team win, and I think I can do it. We got Steph here, we got Draymond here, and losing Klay, that's a big part. You can't replace someone like that. But I feel like we have a good team where we can collectively, get it going.
Hey Andrew, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
Since coming to the Warriors and asking people around the league about you and what your abilities are, I keep hearing people say that he's got at least one more level he can get to, and one person said no, he may have even 2 levels he can get to. So they're always talking about what you can get to. What do you think about that in terms of how far you can get and how high you can go?
It's motivation. When you hear people talk good about you and saying you're at the level, you just want to reach that level, reach that potential that you have within, and I'm gonna keep working towards it.
Do you feel yourself that you do have that within you?
I always feel like I can get better. I always feel like I can do more.
Andrew, how stronger mentally you became after when you learned that Klay Thompson will not be able to play next season?
I've always been strong, had a strong, mentality, but it sucks, that he went down and got injured. But in this league, you just have to have next man up, mentality. He's a big part of this team, big part of this culture. Like I said, you can't replace him. You can't replace what he does. But as a group, as a team, we can try. We can try and make things work. We're gonna try and do whatever we can to, help the team win. We have a lot of pieces, that can work. So.
And also about you feel like you are one of the most experienced guys in this roster. You feel like a teacher for players like James Wiseman and Nico Mannion.
Yeah, I feel like whether it's, some advice, or something that they don't know because, the college game is so different from, NBA. There's always a few things, I can say or teach. I'm going on year 7, so I've been around for a little bit.
With the playoffs running out close to the Olympics in July, if the Warriors make the playoffs, would you still play at the Olympics, assuming Canada qualifies?
I don't know. I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get to it.
Andrew, Steve has talked about playing a lot of transition, and he got the long wings, and he wants to run.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear that, how do you think that fits your game?
Perfectly. I feel like one of my strengths is that, long, athletic, fast, and I can get out in transition. I feel like transition, running the floor is where I'm at my best. So I feel like it's gonna work out perfectly.
Andrew, you've been in the league a while. What is it like coming into this situation where guys are sick with the virus? You're not sure day to day who may or may not be in there.
Yeah.
And how to prepare for a season in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, well, I ain't never been through it before, but I guess you just gotta treat it like an injury, I guess, and just have that next man up mentality. I believe in, the guys we got here, and the guys on the team, the coaching staff that put us all in the best position to win. And, we're all competitors here. We all fight. And that's what we're going to do. Regardless if there's 5 people that are able to play, 6 people able to play, 7, 8, it doesn't matter. We're going to fight to the end.
Andrew, how many positions do you think you can effectively guard on the floor?
I'd say 1 through 4.
Hey Andrew, Kylan with Cron 4. I'm just wondering, has Klay's injury changed your preparation for the season at all, or has it put any extra pressure or expectations on you? What do you see your role on the team being in light of that, or how do you see that changing your role on the team?
No, it hasn't really changed. I was coming into the season, with the mentality that, I got to go. I got to do what I got to do to, help the team win. Whether I got to score or whether I got to defend, it didn't matter. Whatever position that they put me into, to do, I was going to do.